Well, if you're anything like me, you are counting down the days until we can enjoy that yummy Thanksgiving meal on the holiday and a few days after. But there's some things you need to know while cooking and when enjoying those leftovers from your feast. We're going to get that advice from the expert environmental health specialist, Caitlin Plow with the Coastal Health District is here with us to tell us how to enjoy our Thanksgiving feast without the bacteria that can make us sick. Hello, how are you doing? Good morning.
Good morning. I cannot wait for Thanksgiving. It's one of my favorite holidays. I'm so excited.
Yeah. Okay. What's your favorite side or?
Oh my goodness. I like the mashed potatoes and gravy. Brown gravy is by far the best.
Okay. I can get with that too. I'm a mac and cheese girl. Okay. We're going to get into all the advice for folks. We're starting off with when you're cooking and prepping, then we'll get to leftovers. Tell me about how we can avoid cross-contamination.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you have not picked up your turkey, it is time. We're about 2 weeks out now, so make sure you go and get it. When you do bring it in, we want to make sure that it's fully wrapped. We're not going to have any extra juices that are going to get on any of our other foods. We want to ensure that it's kept on the bottom and away from any carrots, cooked foods like our mac and cheeses, so that we can protect it from any bacteria in the juices.
And should we be avoiding touching things with bare hands, or how does that work? Because I know we prep with our bare hands, but how about when we're eating?
Yeah, so when you are prepping that food, if it is going to be cooked, we can touch it with our bare hands because anything that goes into that oven is going to be destroyed by those temperatures. However, once everything is fully cooked, if you're starting to mix in salads, throw on some gloves, use some utensils. We don't like to get our hands all that dirty anyways, so just don't touch your ready-to-eat foods that you can put into your mouth and eat safely with your bare hands.
That's good. Good tip, something I didn't really think about. Also, temperature. We're thinking about how long we should be cooking our turkey.
Absolutely.
Having a temperature stick is probably important.
Oh my gosh, yes, and most likely you have one at home. Just go look in the darkest corner of your kitchen drawers. It's all the way in the back. Pull that out, but it's really important to make sure that the turkey is fully cooked.
Okay, so what degree should we be looking for?
Yeah, absolutely. So 165 degrees, we're going to stick that thickest part of the breast. We want to make sure that it is fully cooked. Even though you're going to set your timer, that is a good indicator of when to check it. However, make sure it's fully cooked at 165 so we don't make anybody sick today.
All right. Good. We got cross-contamination. We got temperature. Now moving to leftovers.
Yes.
I'm eager to talk about this because I'm a person who will continue eating Thanksgiving food. I love it. I love it in different varieties. But what should we know whenever addressing those leftovers?
Yeah, so leftovers, once they're out, they can hold for a while. We usually say about 2 hours, and then they need to start to be put back into the fridge. So my little indicator during the day is that my family eats it a little bit later on. So when that primetime football game comes on, when they do that coin toss, that is my last call for leftovers. We're going to go ahead and we're going to box those up, put them in the refrigerator so that they have properly cooled outside, but then they can safely be stored in the refrigerator.
Good tip. Whenever we are pulling that food out of the fridge, maybe a day later, whenever we're putting it in the microwave, there are some tips for reheating too. Yeah,
so you want to reheat it for 2 minutes. So it's going to get up to about that 160 and hold. Keep it in the microwave for a good 2 minutes or so after that 2 minute cooking, and then that'll be able to safely be consumed. But make sure you only keep it for a few days if you're going to keep it in the refrigerator. Otherwise, let's put it in the freezer.
That's right, and that's what we're seeing right now on our screen a little bit earlier. So refrigerate, how long is food good in the refrigerator?
So it depends on when you've prepped it. So we like to say for Thanksgiving about 4 days because you could have prepped it a couple days in advance. So break it up. Meal prep is a huge fad right now. That's how I live my life. So cut it up into smaller pieces, either refrigerate or freeze it and pull it out as needed.
Gotcha. And in the freezer?
In freezer, a couple of months. We got 2 to 3 months. So go ahead and put that in. You can have a Thanksgiving nearly all year long.
Awesome. Okay. Anything else you want people to know about whenever they're thinking about leftovers or just enjoying their food? Or do you want to just tell us why this is so important? There's so many risks that we're negating by following these instructions.
Yeah, absolutely. So Thanksgiving is a time where our families get together. We get to reflect on all of the blessings that we've gotten all year round. We do not want to have one epic night of food poisoning. So the longer that food is left out or that it's not properly cooked, bacteria levels can rise. And where we might have really great immune systems, you might not know intricate details about the health of your family. So if they have compromised immune system, or if you have grandma over there who's a little bit older, their immune systems are not as tough as ours. So we might be able to kind of fight that bacteria, but they might not be able to. So to make everybody safe, we want to just follow these simple practices.
Thank you so much, Caitlin.
Yeah.
You've given us some great tips, some that I will certainly be taking home to my family next week, and we'll have the details on our website as well if you want to get a recap of all of those tips. Thank you again, Caitlin.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right.